Last episode I took this off just to be able to get the carpet in there. When I popped that bolt, which is right there, out of here, it went ba-ding! So there's no way I'm going to be able to pull that, feed that through there, and make this work without giving myself some slack there. So I'm going to go under the hood today and see if I can't figure out how to give myself some slack. Welcome to Project 308. My name is Trottier. This is Terry and Steve, the sidekicks du jour. I'm restoring my 1978 Ferrari, which is somewhere amongst these guys. Say hello, guys.
And we are the ones that get dragged into the process too.
Anyways, you're doing it with me. You're kind of like ghosting me. Nope. That's definitely not the kind of ghost that I was thinking of.
What'd you do?
Well, maybe ghost is not the right word. How about brotherhood, camaraderie, where we sit back and have a few beers and talk about our cars and all the mishaps we have with them. You know, brotherhood stuff. Have a beer. As you can tell in my lack of frequency in posting videos, it's been a busy summer. But I'm back, and here we go. So the hood latch cable is under a bit of tension, and that's why it sprung back when I released it. So what I've done here is I have just unbolted both latches. I've left the cables on because I didn't want to have to adjust them, and that just allowed me to move the cable and everything back into the car so I could reattach the handle a little bit easier. A good cleanup and a touch of paint, and I'm ready to move on to the steering column. Move back to the steering column, because I've been back and forth there several times. I'm taking it back down because the ignition switch has to go in before it goes up. In theory, it looked easy, but as always, it's a little tighter than it should be. And yes, I am holding it up using my head. Now that's dedication and commitment. I've been struggling trying to find a way to get the top two bolts in, and then I realized, hey, there's a big hole right there where the gauges used to be. Let me try that. Yes, I win. wee bit of dust. Of course, hindsight is everything, and yes, I should have covered these before I threw them up on the shelf. Give us a really good clean right now and do some treatment on it, see how it shapes up. Seats are overall in pretty darn decent shape. A little bit right there, but let's see what we can do. Some kind of piece there. Okay. As you may have seen in earlier episodes, especially dealing with my carpet, I'm not necessarily an interior expert, but I'm getting by, I think. Step one is conditioner. Get this stuff in and get it in hordes into that leather. Let it soak it all up. Repeat the process if necessary, and then let it sit for a while. Step two is this protectant and sealant. It's just hopefully going to keep these seats looking good for at least a year or two. Alright, so obviously that's the treated seat, that's the untreated seat. Now this one's still got to dry up a bit, but it looks pretty darn spectacular. Definitely not a brand new seat, don't expect it to be. Definitely has its defects, but overall that looks pretty frickin' awesome. Actually, 1 week has gone by. And I have been on vacation up north at a family member's cottage, learning how to wake surf. It took a while, but I got it. Damn, I got it. But it wasn't pretty, though. I saved the best for last, which is, of course, the driver's seat. Naturally, it's going to be a bit more difficult. Alright, so we're going to go check out the side bolster here. This is where your fat ass goes down and squishes there. Noticeable wear right there. Oh, that was stuck. Seat to the left is dried. It's dried for at least a week. Seat to the right, I just finished. And you can see right there with the bolster is where I was discussing. Definitely came out significantly better. Not perfect. I'm going to give these seats a 7.5 out of 10, I think. Definitely aged, but I think they've aged fairly well. Are they original? I think so, but not sure. I'm sure there are some experts out there who can tell me for sure. Like I said, they're okay. But the question right now I have is that looks an awful lot like a seat heater to me, but I don't think that is in any ways factory. And looking over here, turn a little light on because it's dark here. Let's see if I see a connector over here anywhere. Okay, I don't see any additional wiring here for seat heater, so I don't know if that was an afterthought or what it was. If anybody's got any kind of ideas, I wonder what that is there. I don't know yet. Alright, so the seats themselves are ready to go back in the car. I have two problems preventing me from putting them back in. First is those rails. They are absolutely in horrible shape, which I'm going to require me to rebuild them. Plus, I'm hoping to have the center console back from the upholstery shop by the a couple weeks of August, which is a couple weeks away, mid-July right now. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to put the doors on. And even though I'm not ready to put the doors on, let me go show you what's happening upstairs. Alright, so as you can see, the doors are tucked safely in this little rack right here. They've been there for the last year. Got band PA stuff. Storage over there, and I've got the typical junk collection of everything in the free earth here. These two racks are coming out over the next couple weeks. I need to increase my storage area, and quite simply they're not earning me anything. So I'm going to grab the doors, blow all the dust off, and get them on the car, and then one of the staff members is going to come up here and start fighting their way through that mess. There's our car right there. So I've been asked why I'm not leaving this blue stuff on permanently now. And there is a fairly decent answer. If we go back to the back of the car, and had a little mishap with that stuff, that blue. When it stays on there for a long period, the adhesive sort of becomes very sticky. Body shop guy Lawrence, he's like, don't leave that stuff on there too long. Looking at the antenna hole in the back. So when I pulled the plastic wrap off the back, it actually pulled a bit of paint off right there. And I was like, mother effer. Not the end of the world, because I'm pretty sure the antenna base will cover it. I'll get some touch-up paint, cover that up, and then hopefully, I hope above all hopes that the antenna base is going to cover it, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Hey, by the way, where's my donut for my exhaust? What? Where's my donut for the exhaust? Donut for the exhaust?
Gasket.
That's the gasket.
Steve, you want to feel that thing? Make sure, yeah, exactly as I'm saying. It's right on there.
Or should I just take the wood out?
Yeah, take the wood out. Put it flat there. The jack's going to go high enough.
Or the hoist can come down.
I'll just try to keep it stable.
Okay, so the door has got to go down at the back a bit. Okay, Steve. I just push right here a bit. Okay. I need this hinge to turn like this a bit, so I'm gonna leave that one bolt in there. Take that out. I'm gonna see if I can.
Nosy neighbor.
What's up?
Come to see what you're doing.
I'm trying to get this hinge to turn a bit. See how it's not quite lined up at the top?
So the part on the body.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn this part of the hinge a bit. That's why I've taken the
I
other
see.
two bolts out.
You can see it's definitely wailed.
Yeah.
Wailed.
So I'm hoping that with taking the top two parts of the hinge off, the top two bolts, I'll be able to.
Hold on a second.
You got a better idea? Alright. Well, the door can go down, yep.
Yeah, the back can go down just even so slightly. Good. Yep, she's in. She's coming up. She's in.
Can you hold your hand just on the screwdriver for me?
Set it.
Yeah, just because I can't.
There you go.
I'm trying to isolate it.
Keep going. You're about a quarter of an inch away.
I know, I'm just making sure I'm not touching the car anywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Not touching the car.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let me see the light for a sec. Okay. I'm like exquisitely close right now. I just gotta watch it.
Okay, if it takes a snap, the snap ring is through.
Okay. Solid. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sweating profusely. It's hot out today and it's time to go home. So I'm 80% of the way there. Gonna take a break from it, calm down, and then take a crack at it fresh in the morning again. But it's close. The jack is just supporting the door a little bit, like I've barely got any weight on it whatsoever. I've got this mount, this hinge totally loose. I believe it's going to straighten itself out now. Well, those aren't right. Snap rings that go with these hinges are not correct. I'm going to put it through there temporarily right now, just so that I can close and open the door, but I still have a lot of work to do here before I finalize this area. Okay. Yeah, it does look like that went there originally. Okay, got to find grommet for there. That's going to go to the switch there, obviously. Okay, progress. I know earlier on, in one of the earlier videos, there was a speaker installed here before, and the whole door was cut, actually it was cut this way, and I repaired it completely. That actually looks darn good. Go to the video. I'll link it on the screen if you want to see the repair of that. Alright, I want to get this door check in before the door overextends. Well, overall, that wasn't too bad. Let's see how door number 2 goes. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach in this one, and I'm going to try and get parts of the hinges on the door before I put it on the car. See if that makes it any easier at all. Getting these doors off the vehicle originally, along with servicing the hinges originally, was an absolute nightmare. If you missed it, go here. Check this on the car. Definitely a lot of paint built up in there. And it was at this point I screwed up a little bit. Normally I would have put that blue plastic covering on the door to protect it. For some reason I completely forgot. That little sponge strip at the bottom was just to protect the door from any kind of nicks. And the adhesive from that little sticky stuff, oh, what a pain in the butt it was to get off. Good God. Alright, so I want to put the latch back in before I put it in. I've got a clip that's broken right there, and don't want to put it in with a broken clip, because then I'll just have to take it back out. So I'm just going to try and find a clip. And yes, I found some clips, and no, they're not right, but damn it, I'm putting the latch in anyways. Looks like I can get to the clip in question fairly easy, even with the lock installed in the car. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. So the door, when it locks in there, it's just a little bit too tight inside here. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can move it out. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes, as always. That fits nice. See you next time.